I'm here at the Palisades Center in Rockland County, New York, where last week protesters gathered in response to an emergency declaration by County Executive Ed Day.
This is a public health crisis, and it is time to sound the alarm and take the appropriate action.
On March 26th, Rockland County's Health Department issued an emergency declaration barring any persons under the age of 18 who have not received their MMR vaccination from entering public places. If county officials discover the declaration has been violated, parents could face a $500 fine and even some jail time, up to 6 months. I'm looking for any sign or postings from the Public Health Department that would talk about measles outbreak and the emergency declaration, and I don't see anything here. I'm going to go across the street and check out the post office. There was no information on the bulletin board inside or on the front door. The same thing for the library across the street and the Palisades Center Mall down the road. It seems interesting that if there is an emergency declaration happening in effect, that the public does not have any way of knowing that, at least on the streets. I was calling to see if you'd be willing to answer some questions about the measles outbreak and the emergency declaration in Rockland County. I've been looking for anybody that wants to talk on camera, and I've been having a hard time finding anybody that wants to go on record.
So I'd rather not comment on that.
No comment at this time. Okay, thank you so much. All right. Another no comment, 2 for 2.
Overall, in my community, it hasn't had a major impact because of the fact that the measles epidemic is not really part of my community. It basically broke out in the Orthodox Jewish community, and there are some within that community that were comfortable with inoculations and some that were not. I don't even know if you talk to different rabbis, some might be supportive. But for my community, mostly everyone's just concerned with everyone's health. Sure. That they want to make sure that it doesn't spread anymore, but they're not pointing fingers at anyone in particular. There's a great concern that some are turning it into an opportunity to spew forth hatred. Mm-hmm. If it's anti-Semitism and pointing fingers at those Orthodox communities who live a life different than most of us. With this measles epidemic, one of the problems is that some people have spewed forth venom against Jews. The example I give is when I saw one particular picture, it was a caricature of a very Orthodox Jew, and underneath, instead of saying got milk, it said got measles, as if measles was created by the Jewish community. Which is what hatred does. You use a very wide brush to define others, and that's the concern that people in my community have.
Every child has a right to a free public education. The people that are not vaccinating are afraid to leave their houses. They're afraid to go to the grocery. They're afraid to send their kids to school. They don't know how it's going to play out. And it's scary to think that we're in America and this just happened a couple of years ago. I mean, we feel like Nazi Germany. I'm sorry to say it, but this is what we're coming at. My name is Rivki Engel. I'm an ultra-Orthodox Jewish woman living here in Muncie. My friend called me hysterical. And she said, did you hear the news? And she gave me the full report. I was absolutely horrified. I mean, it brought back memories of our not such pretty past. I was thinking, where are we going with this? Is this like America? It was shocking. It was horrible. It was disturbing. It was just, I don't know what to say. I mean, we're talking healthy, well-educated, well-recognized, normal human beings. Healthy. I mean, we have to say that because not everyone has the measles. They're afraid to just move. And this is, again, supposed to be America. So it's upsetting. It's very upsetting.
I do respect that the law of this land has given those exemptions to people. The greater good, I think, is a wonderful thing, but that's where that uncomfortable taste is left in my mouth, because I don't think the world is a perfect place. I don't think we could ever put a perfect system into practice. So if it's just I don't know if I should use the word ploy, but if it's, once again, a way to put it near the top of people's agenda so that they're aware and it inspires people without taking away their freedoms, maybe this was a little push that they needed. I don't know if there's anyone who has been, quote, arrested since it happened. My attitude would change if somebody were arrested.
I would love for them to come out and say, look, measles is going around. This is what it's all about. This is what you're supposed to do if you get it. And once they take the fear away, now we know that it's not dangerous. I mean, nobody died from the measles.
Rockland County health officials have confirmed that there are only 5 active cases of measles at this time.
It's not epidemic. People are catching it. It's going around. It's in the air now. I think it's kind of fabricated danger. That's what I like to, in a nice way, say. It's not what they're making it out to be. I mean, it's laughable.
Hatred is not going to help. It's going to hinder getting things done.
I was in Canada when I watched the one that he put the yellow star on. I was like, finally somebody standing up for our voices, to spread the knowledge. Hero, hero, hero. In the Jewish religion, there's deep personal religious belief. Okay, so I'm going to read it, okay? We Jews believe that God has created our bodies as a wonderful, perfect machine. And all we need to do is to take proper care of our bodies, and our bodies will take care of themselves. As Maimonides has already written in his scripture that if anyone would lead a healthy lifestyle, he guarantees they will not suffer from any disease in their lifetime. So our job is to just keep our bodies healthy and not stuff it with more toxins and diseases. As a human individual, as a person living in America, as a constitutional right, there must be choice.